Hello, good evening everyone, or whatever time it is whenever you're watching this. Thank you for those who have joined live, and thank you to all those who are going to watch this afterwards. I am back. I apologize, I was gone for a few days. I had a lot to get done this weekend, and if I do sound a little off tonight, I mean, my voice is always kind of like crumbly. I guess it's just a natural thing. But I have some allergies or something going on right now, so I will do the best I can with it, but it is what it is. But I certainly didn't want to cancel the stream over it, especially because I haven't been able to be on in a few days. So thank you for everybody, like I said, who is back for some more here. Now, it looks like when we last left off with Mother Ostankya, we had some pretty busy work going on in Sylvania, trying to rid ourselves of the vampires, and a big gut came and butted its way in, and caused us a little trouble. We've got some halflings, I guess, who are gonna rebel against us here at the... or Nightling, sorry. We're not at the Moot. My bad. I was thinking Stirland was gonna be our halflings here, but yeah. Also apologies for being a couple minutes late. I know it is, again, criminal, and I'm sure someone will hold me accountable to it. We did lose Prague to Archaon the Everchosen because he somehow had enough movement points left to still get to the city even after we had used our curse on him, which again was incredibly convenient timing-wise for him, so it must be nice to be the AI and have things always work out so conveniently. Now, this is an interesting... oh, okay. This building was going to give us an upkeep reduction for Ice Guard, but they're up here, and I'd at first just seen the Zarguard, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Wouldn't it give a upkeep reduction for Zarguard? But hey, this is going to be a cool building to have. We'll definitely want that, so let's build it. And we have these others as well. Control, income from all buildings. This one gives us extra furs. There's an incredible amount of furs, and it also starts to reduce the upkeep of Warbear Riders, which is kind of cool. So we'll take advantage of that. And we're getting all these growth buffs at Kislev, which is good. We need this city to be larger and more powerful. Speaking of larger and more powerful, hopefully Archaon's going to still be under the influence of that curse for another turn or two until Mother Ostankya can show up and wipe the smile off his face. And, of course, most smiles get wiped off your face when you behold Mother Ostankya's face. It's a lot like my ugly mug. One can be having a really good day, and then you see that, and it's just not such a good day anymore. But, you know, that's how it works when you're Mother Ostankya. Alright, now Warner's army had moved around because we got to intercept Malekith. Though it looks like the Sisters of Twilight here bringing out the big guns. Look at that. 3 dragons? They got a Waywatcher there too. Tree Man. Man, they're going for it. They are going for it all. Alright, let's check our Witch's Hut. We've done our curses here, which is good, because we got a feeling we're probably going to end up in a rather large fight soon. Now, as per usual, I'll just quickly explain. When I am doing these live streams, I'm going to do my best to balance this between interacting with the folks who are here live and also trying to make this as watchable as possible for the folks who watch it later on. So I will answer the live comments from the stream during turn-ins and stuff. And of course, if you're watching that back later and you feel like those live comments throw you off, then just skip on through that part. Or if you're watching this later and you want to know what was being commented live, I do believe YouTube has a replay of the live chat so that you can at least understand what it was I was speaking to, should you desire. But I will say, watch it however you want. I'm just hoping you enjoy it. And as per usual, if you have any feedback, make sure to leave that for me. Always happy to take the feedback and see what you have to say. I'm going to... we've got a lot of building upgrades potentially that we could do, and I'm not worried about throwing down all of them at the moment. Tempelhof is... this was a mistake. I remember I moved over here, and I probably shouldn't have, because this army's beat up, and these ogres might come and siege me in there. So that was a screw-up on my part. I could move back, but I'm pretty sure the ogres could still get to me one way or the other. So yeah, this was a screw-up, and hopefully I don't lose Chef Boyardee over it, though it is very possible we do. Our garrison at Castle Tempelhof is all wrecked too, so... really? I mean, this is all you can offer me by way of recruitment? It's no wonder you're getting your butt whipped. Come on, Carrick, get your game together, you know? Get your game together.
You no doubt.
I meant to build the outpost, not do that. There we go. Construct the outpost. Well, maybe they'll have some cool gyrocopters or something at some point. All of their units just doing some big-time suckage at the moment, so we'll just have to leave it be. Senshi says, need Felix and Gotrek soon, which that reminds me that we need to continue our efforts to get Ulrika. Is it Ulrika? Yeah. The vampire legendary hero, so we'll try and get her. Niven, thanks for joining as well. Legamus and Senshi, thanks for being channel members. Appreciate you. And then we've got Scorpion King with us live. Diogo. And yeah, Niven. So thank you. Thank you all for commenting. All right, Archernut as well. Thank you all for joining. I think Harry the Hammer is with Archaon is what Niven said. Yeah, I think he is as well. And we might very well have to fight him. So we will check that out. I don't want to join any more wars at the moment. I've got plenty. Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, Mother Ostankya. Well, she is quite the living carcass, is she not? The Sterling rebels are going to take over our settlement. It's not the worst thing to happen here. It's better than having vampires there, at least at the moment. JR says, love watching Air with Orion Ginger. It's a good night when it happens. Well, thank you. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Alright, well, we've got some work to do here. We've got some work to do. We did unlock this... Yeah, this battle here, the last one. Or next to last one, whatever it is. I don't remember if we do this one and then a final battle, or if this is the final battle. Archaon is trying to beeline for my settlements. He just doesn't have much movement points available to him at the moment. We are going to try to get his attention by rolling up with Mother Ostankya. And again, it is hard to miss that mug coming at you, so... Unless Archaon is totally blind and also can't smell... Because it does look like the wind is blowing slightly towards him, so I would think that it'd be pretty easy to get Mother Ostankya winded. I meant to recruit a lord here last time, by the way, so another mistake on my part. I seem to be full of them. Though, it looks like my army at Sylvania didn't get killed, so there's that. There's one mistake that didn't cost me dearly and immediately. Now, Archaon is almost certainly going to come and immediately siege me here. If he does come and siege me, he'd have to attack immediately and win, which he might be able to. It's a pretty tough army. He does have... this is not Harry the Hammer. So he does not have the hammer. He does have some Chosen of Slaanesh. That's going to be painful. I mean, a few pretty solid units here. So we're going to have to be... I mean, Archaon himself is usually an absolute insane capability in combat. It looks like right now it's not obscene. I've seen him be a lot worse. But if you look at that 81 melee defense and stuff, that's before he uses any abilities or anything. So it's not going to be easy. We do need to do some recruiting in this army. And we have our global recruitment available. And we need to get some decent units into the army. Global recruitment's not ideal, but... I'll do it because it's kind of all we really have access to at the moment. I'm going to need something to stop some armored infantry, so I'm going to start off by recruiting some of these mobile units. It's not likely any of those will actually be completed by the time Archaon arrives, but at least maybe it'll force him to keep coming after Kislev, which is kind of what we want. Okay, this army did get sieged in by the ogres, which I kind of expected. What I'm going to do is roll up here with this army, visible and threatening. I could probably move it up. No, I can't move it up any further, actually. But this should force the ogres back, because they may try and attack me and kill this on the next turn. It's possible that that's where they go with it, and they might succeed. But I think what they'll do is they'll see this other army coming, and they'll go ahead and pull off of that attack. Now, there's still vampires in the vicinity. We're gonna have to be careful of those. We still got to get rid of those, and we're operating one army short because of my foolishness in getting my army killed by Archaon, which certainly didn't help. Now, that army was not really capable of facing Archaon, but it was at least something that would have made it a lot harder for him to just roll through us had I positioned it a little more soundly. We're about to have access to bear sleds with Warner, and then ice guards as well. And we definitely need to up the game in Warner's army here a little. The Akshina ambushers are excellent. They can cause a lot of damage. But Ice Guards can actually do a little bit of melee if needed. And that might be a nicer replacement for these Cassars, which do offer nice armor and shield. But then the Bear Sleds, I would probably replace the actual bears with the Bear Sleds and keep the Spiders, because the Spiders give me AP, then the poison from Spider's Kiss does extra HP damage, whereas the Bears don't have a lot of armor and the Spiders do, so they're a little more survivable. And then the Bear Sleds also do a lot of armor-piercing damage, so I feel like I'll replace the Bears and the Armored Cassars in this army, and kind of refit Warner's army with a little bit of something new, so that we can hold out better. Plane of Dogs looks like it could use some upgrades. Let's see here. Oh, have any of you all watching this either currently or afterwards seen the news? They're starting to like introduce rules and stuff that are going to be in the upcoming Old World tabletop for Games Workshop. I was curious if any of you have seen it. I'm not super familiar with like what the old rules would have been, but I know it's very exciting for some folks. I was curious if that is something you're excited about. Have you been keeping track of it? Are you planning to try Old World on the tabletop? Or does it have no bearing on you whatsoever? I'm certainly going to try it. I've always wanted to get into tabletop. I bought the Age of Sigmar stuff. I do still want to learn how to use it. I haven't gotten to yet, but I feel like since I played so much Total War Warhammer that I definitely want to be able to stalk and snipe. Now that would be sick on bear sleds. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Enabled if not moving. Oh, it has to stop moving to stalk or snipe? That's kind of stupid. I mean, it's not totally stupid, but it's still kind of, I don't know. That could also be used on like Ice Guard and stuff. Also, that could be pretty cool. That could be pretty cool. Let's grab one of those. What else we got up here?
For they have tasted.
Visibility range, speed. This one's a direct damage, so entities explode on death and cause damage. I mean, that one's kind of fun. This Spirited Away summons an elemental bear. That's pretty neat. That one might be fun. Let's grab that one. And then that took away our Fragmenti, unfortunately. I do have a lot of Agony Secession. This is a really nice debuff right here. As long as their hit points are greater than 50%, they get debuffed pretty good. Let's create that one.
In the tundra, you cannot fight this.
And a word save ability here. Let's throw that one. Alright, so there we go. I'll throw down something a little bit different this time in the old Witch's Hut. For me, one of the biggest hopes that I have for the Old World game, and it hasn't been announced yet, but I would assume it has to be a potential, is that we might see Kislev and Cathay models hit the table after having seen them come to the game. Now again, no guarantee of that, but like I'm actually kind of interested in going out and buying into the Old World for a couple of reasons. One, I want to see fantasy battles come back, and this is like a cool way to see that. Two, if it's successful, I'm hoping that means that they then bring in Kislev and Cathay, which I would absolutely love to have a Kislev and Cathay tabletop model after having played this game so much. So personally, I'm kind of hoping we see that, and I was curious what you all think might be coming there too. Like, they could potentially have Vampire Coast models and stuff come out too, I think. There's a lot of potential there. So I would love to see some of that stuff come to life here. I'll get to some of your questions here. Vlad says, what army are you collecting? When Old World comes out, I would really like to have Kislev or Cathay, but they're not going to be a thing right away. I already have some skinks for Age of Sigmar, so I might just do a Lizardman thing, since that can double in both. And as far as Age of Sigmar goes, I have a Stormcast army that's mostly all finished. But as far as other stuff in the Old World that I would be interested in, it kind of just depends on what minis that I see them making, because I don't have any of the old original ones. So it depends on what they make. I would probably just go pick a favorite and go for it. But if they start remaking High Elves again, like, I would be all about that. That would be really cool. Looks like Castle Drakenhof is going to get hit by a big vampire army that I can't stop because I'm away at the moment. That's kind of sucks, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it at the moment. So Archaon is going to attack our settlement, and the auto-resolve says he's just going to easily outright win, and he might. He's got a lot of very powerful magic, potentially, depending on what he's gotten. Yeah, this one right here, the Searing Doom will absolutely wreck us up on the walls. I don't want to let Kislev fall easily, so we're gonna have to. Do that. I am gonna get to one comment real quick. I know I said I'd do these in the turn-ins, but this one's relevant because we're talking about upcoming games. Niven says, I'm interested in Realms of Ruin, but I would want to wait it out and see the reviews. Looking at games today, I don't want to waste money on half-baked games. Hits. Perfect point. I may have the opportunity soon. I don't know for sure. I'm going to buy Realms of Ruin. I have a contact with the company to try and see if I can get like early access. I'm going to show it one way or the other. So if you're curious about Realms of Ruin as a Warhammer fan, then yes, keep an eye out. I will show it to you. You can ask me questions. In fact, we'll play it on stream when it comes out. You can have me look at things. You can look at the menus, whatever you want to do. Whatever helps you feel like you're going to get some value out of it. So keep an eye on it, and I will do my best to get some coverage of that. I kind of do want to just go ahead and fight these guys. And if we use Fragmenti, let's look for the most damage. So like a Chosen of Slanesh, a Fragmenti is going to take it all the way down to 25% health. That is like a win, like an easy win. Warriors with great weapons, also very dangerous. Like that feels like a good place for a second Fragmenti. Either that or those Chaos Warriors of Khorne. Both of those are going to be dangerous. Both of them are dangerous. I do have the Agony Secession, which will hurt these guys to a degree as well. So I'm going to throw this on these tough, armored Chaos Warriors. I've got more Agony Secessions. I'm going to, again, keep throwing that on those tough warriors. We want to whittle those down. We have these Knights of Immolation that we will definitely want to work on. If there's a good... I think Typhlosis has a really good debuff, and we should probably throw that on Archaon. It's going to slow him down and hopefully debuff him pretty good. This Entropus, we can throw that on this other Sorcerer who's coming in there, and then there's a Tzeentch Sorcerer there too. Weakness to fire damage. I don't think I have a lot of fire damage, to be honest. I'm going to throw some of this Agony Secession here, and it's the same thing on these Chaos Knights. Whiff of Madness, Whiff of Madness. I mean, I'm going to debuff all these units to the best of my capability. That's a nice debuff right there, too. Throw that on there, and then some more Agony Secession. That cannon worries me a great deal, but we do have towers that might be able to work on it. Alright, let me throw the rest of these out here. Let's see. I mean, I'm going to debuff everything if that's within my power. This takes away armor piercing damage, which I think would be good on trolls. There, we have debuffed basically every unit here. Alright, there we go. And then I need to throw my own buffs on here. This is an extra ammunition for a single unit. That unit also receives Hag's Denial, which gives an ability to resist damage for a while. That might go good. One of these archer units is going to be up on the wall. And Perfect Vigor. Let me put that on my leader. Alright, let's go ahead and fight this. It still says we're going to lose, and we might. We very well might. We get to a few comments while we're loading in. I'm asked, are you also willing to buy the new Space Marine game? I very well might. I'm going to be trying a lot of new games soon. I'm trying to finish these campaigns, and we're very close. And it's not to say that I'll never play Total War Warhammer 3 again. I will. And I think I will have a Total War campaign going at all times still. However, I'm going to free up some slots, because like right now there's technically 3 Total War campaigns I'm working on. I don't want it that way. I just want it to be 1. And then I want to have a couple of slots open where I can stream new games, where we can stream multiplayer. So that's going to be the direction the channel is. Yes, I will continue to cover Total War, because I love it, and I always have, despite the kind of crapshoot that it's in right now. But I figure that will also help people, who kind of need a break from Total War because of the mess, myself included. And then we will cover some new games, because why not? Like, I think it's good to check out new stuff sometimes. Sometimes you find stuff that you become extremely fond of, and that you maybe wouldn't have known about if you didn't give it a chance. So that's what we're going to do. But, being asked about, Rogue Trader. I saw the advertisement for Rogue Trader. I might. There's several games that I've seen advertisements for that I'm certainly interested in. I'm not 100% sure how many of them we'll get to try at the moment, but I am looking at a lot of games such as that. And yes, soon we will be delving in to quite a few new and different games on the channel, along with the Total War content. Again, I'm not giving up on Total War. So, in any case, there we go. We need a unit actually inside of that tower range. There we go. Not going to be a whole lot from the enemy. Well, yeah, actually we got a couple of units within range of those towers right away, so we'll take it. See, like, this map design to me is kind of infuriating. Like, it's kind of hard enough to defend these giant walls, and then it's like, this is a cool design right here, where Kislev could use these ramps as a way to, like, put pistol units up on a barricade or to shoot down from here. Like, this is a really cool piece of design right here in terms of defense. This is just stupid. This is just CA saying, hey, we're going to put a ramp here because it gives the defender more options. I guess I get it, but that's only if we're trying to create, like, this uber balanced feel. Like, you wouldn't be creating a balanced fort. Like, why would you give an enemy a way to bypass you like this? So, like, for instance, even if, like, oh, look, well, they give me stuff here, you can still block. No, you can't, because now they have a road right up here to the middle of your settlement. So, like, this is incredibly poorly designed. It makes it really difficult for the defender to exercise the benefits of being a defender. And this is part of the reason, in my opinion, why siege battles continue to just be extremely underwhelming in Total War games. The map design has to be good, and it has to feel fun and rewarding for the player to be playing defense. And I feel like all too often it is just tedious to play defense, and so we don't end up with as much fun as we otherwise could have. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Ow. Please don't do that. Wonder if I can stack some units up here and fire down up over the top of that. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. Alright, well, let's see how we do. The Fragmenti should be working. Hopefully it's working away on those Chosen of Slaanesh. I don't know where they're at the moment. They didn't deploy elsewhere. Where are those Chosen of Slaanesh? Why am I not seeing? Oh, here they are. Yeah, so they're definitely feeling it right now. Let's see. Oh, Archaon, seriously, dude, quit it. I don't like that. I don't care what you like. I don't like that. Alright, I'm gonna focus my fire from the towers into that Hell Cannon and see if we can kill it, because the Hell Cannon will certainly put an end to us much sooner than I wish to have my life ended. I don't know how much good it would be for me to focus on Archaon. I guess I could try with these two archers up here and see what we get. Those Hell Scourges are taking a steady dose of damage, and honestly, that might be best for me at the moment. Because those Hell Scourges are like tier 6. They're very powerful. Alright, let's go ahead and give them a little focus fire real quick. How are we doing against the cannon, by the way? Not bad. We've gotten some damage done on the cannon. Not bad. Certainly don't know that we're winning, but I don't think we're exactly losing at the moment. Our Kaon is going to be a huge factor in the power bar. Like, look at that. We're hitting him, and it's doing almost nothing. Even into his barrier, we just almost weren't even causing any damage. You'll notice that I'm going to see if this works. I kind of position these units. Yeah, look, it is working. Sweet. Now I've got like a... See, again, this ends up being a cool and good design for this map, where it makes it simpler for me to defend. And, you know, all the extra alleyways and stuff end up being a very poor design on the map. Oh, see, this isn't actually designed to shoot off of, though. And see, when I give my guys a movement order, or an attack order, they start to move. So unfortunately, again, you can see that this is still kind of poor map design in a lot of ways. Oh, they bashed a hole in the wall there. That's fantastic. That must have been the Hell Cannon. Oh, and they're trying to break through another gate over here. Alright, crap. Well, this is bad. This is definitely not what I wanted to deal with at the moment. So I'm going to take these two units and come down here and see if we can head that off before it becomes more of a problem. I really wish that I hadn't left my unit up here to get thwacked. The fortunate thing is that this unit can now maybe reposition down here and come up and help fight the Severed Claw. We have the Doom Knights rolling in too. That's going to be a problem. We got a lot going on here. I don't want to go toe-to-toe with our Kaon in melee at this point. Or at any point, really. I'm going to try and shoot him a little here with some of these other units. I'm repositioning this unit, hoping they can maybe get some shots, and then we'll see if this unit can get some shots. I got a bowman putting shots on him. He is just going to be very difficult to kill. Our Kaon's very tanky, very high armor. Those Knights of Immolation just came down here and absolutely crushed me. And I am not shocked at all at that result. We're doing pretty good over here. And then I should make it down here in time to defend this gate. They are just about to tear it down. And then I should be able to get a second unit into position. So there we go. I've got a magic tower that's built now over here. That will lend me some aid, hopefully. And it looks like just another leader for Chaos just came in here. That's not ideal. I'm actually... How did that... That's frustrating that that unit was able to come over there and do that. They just bypassed my unit on the wall and came at me. Let's see if we can keep kind of beating our way through here. Alright, so the enemy did break through the gates. Just go ahead and start shooting. I'm going to shoot those Chaos Knights of Tzeentch to start with. Those are tough units, and I'd like to put as much damage into them as I can. Fortunately, my units are armored. Unfortunately, they are not good against cavalry. So... not ideal. And those Hellstriders are just bolting for me and stopping me from firing, which is the correct move there for the AI. Now that's good news. We just won and wrapped up some fights here on the walls. I'm going to pause it for a second because I have a worsening situation down here. Pull some more of these units off the walls. Yeah, this is a very much worsening situation here. My lord is basically trapped between the Knights of Immolation and the Severed Claw, so that is a very bad place to be indeed. I wonder if we can shoot that guy up a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and hit play. Oh, let's see what we can do. Can we hold off over here? I got rid of the Hellstriders. Let's blast the Sibilant Slaughtercade, because it's good against infantry. Assuming that I can blast the Sibilant Slaughtercade. Looks like we can. We're getting some damage done. I want to expend all the ammunition that I can. Ammunition is going to speak louder than words here. We are losing the fight there, but at least kind of dishing some steady damage We are getting completely overwhelmed over here, and I really don't want my lord dead. I may try and remove him back up onto the wall. Try and keep him safe. I don't know about safe, but safer. Safe-ish. So... let's get another magic tower up here. Start pumping some shots into that cavalry, please, because they are murdering me at the moment. Alright, do my best to chunk down some of these units. Let's turn these units this way. We've got to keep these guys busy. I might actually bring these units up here, because I may have the enemy kind of get around my flank over here. We dealt with their cannon, which is good news. We've done good damage. I'm not 100% convinced that we're going to win, but we've done good damage. The Sibilant Slaughtercade is annoying the absolute crap out of me right now. And there's Archaon popping off some magic that I really don't need him doing right now. That archer's out of ammunition, so I'm going to take them down. Start fighting in melee. Okay. Hopefully we can kind of just wear the enemy out here. Except there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. In fact, I would say it looks more unlikely than likely at the moment. Look at this. This Knights with Lances on a single charge has cut its way through an armored infantry. I kind of find that hard to believe. Like, I know they're a heavily armored unit and I can't do much damage in return, but that's frustrating. Shoot them! I had to waste all the ammunition on that unit as well, which is also not good news. So, we'll do what we can there. I'm down to a limited number of options here. I could bring this unit over to provide a little cover fire there. My Kassar Spearmen are doing about as admirably as Kassar Spearmen can do, and we're very close to killing off that Exalted Hero there. I'm gonna try and pull this unit over here a little ways, see if I can shoot the Severed Claw up in the back. So see, like right there, I can expose their back to all these shots. And they're also getting hit by the tower, so I might be able to end the Severed Claw here if I get lucky. That By Our Blood ability is certainly going to be handy. I just don't think I have a way to kill Archaon here. I might be able to beat some of the rest of this stuff, but I don't believe we're going to have enough in the tank here to finish Archaon. I'm trying to fire down from the walls here too and hit anything I can hit. There's some trolls here. Am I missing any units that I... sleeping? Not really. Well, we did pretty good against the Severed Claw there. They still have 7 entities despite only having 800 and something hit points. And my unit routed a lot faster than I would have liked. They're still hitting me with magic here as well. Archaon's only at 50% health, and he's got a barrier that's going to start recharging, and then this cavalry is indestructible to my infantry. So we are going to lose, unfortunately, at this point, but I feel like at least we made Archaon pay a pretty steep price for his trouble. I don't even really have that many supplies here. Yeah, that cavalry just absolutely mulched like an entire unit. Kassar's and is kind of doing the same thing here. I'm trying to get some fire support over here to help finish them off, but even if I do, like, Archaon's rebuilding his barrier, and then this Tzeentch Sorcerer has a barrier too. We did finally kind of beat back the Severed Claw here. I say kind of because they're actually still alive. They're still under fire from my tower. They've got 185 hit points. Let's see if we can get the attention of our enemies here. So the cavalry is finally going to die. Maybe. They're fighting to the actual death here, which, I don't know, probably fitting for Chaos. They don't exactly seem like the scaring type. Look at that. Oh my gosh, man. They literally fought to the last entity there. Archaon's about to hit me with a bombardment here. That's...
Excellent. Very well.
Ah, too late. Couldn't dodge that either. Yeah, that's certainly not what we needed. I mean, we could sit here and hope to goodness that our towers somehow finish this fight, but that seems unlikely. I could start running back here, but of course they have me beaten on speed. And I mean, like, I could fall back and just keep building towers and, like I said, hope for the best, but that's not going to happen. Archaon and the Sorcerer I don't think are ever going to take any significant damage from the towers. I'm trying to remember if some of the towers are better against, like, entities. Armor piercing, explosive AP. So that one has good armor piercing damage. Armor piercing, 10 reload time. 10 reload time. Explosive AP. Almost wondering if this arrow tower might be a little better for hitting a single entity. I don't know for sure. I haven't done a lot of studying on these towers for obvious reasons, which is I don't actually like spending that much time in these. Ow. Please stop. Why does it seem like he has endless magic? I have units that came back from routing, huh? No, they're just routing. Not coming back from routing, just routing. Alright, where was that building? I was building another tower over there. As soon as they capture this, it's gonna down a bunch of these towers. Yeah, you all aren't really going the direction that I want you to go, so I don't really want you walking towards Archaon at the moment. I'd prefer for him to continue to take tower fire, if given the opportunity. Those trolls are gone, so we shattered those. Kind of running back towards my capture points. I don't know if that tower is going to get completed in time, so I may go ahead and just start building the towers further back in. Again, all of this is probably not going to work or make the big difference in the end, but I will attempt it. This is going to be my kind of all or nothing strategy here. Yeah, those magic towers don't seem to be good against the single entities, so I'm hoping these arrow towers might actually be. My units are so slow that Archaon could easily catch up with me if he so decides to. Yeah, see, they just keep missing, so we'll see whether the arrow towers do any better against those, and they're going to capture this, which is going to rip down whatever tower I had built there. Oh, he's coming for this capture point now. Just ignore it. Come down here, come down here. Don't get in that capture point. Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Trying to keep my guys alive, and then I can counter capture. Keep trying to find some tower platforms to build from. Yeah, Archaon looks like he's focused on captures at the moment. You attack him, please? Like, actually hit him? Not a single one of those 4 shots hit him, so it looks like we're probably crap out of luck when it comes to winning this battle with towers. But I'll see if I can, like, kind of counter capture, and then, like I said, maybe, just maybe get lucky. That one's tied to that. I don't know if he's going to go for that capture or not. Oh, Archaon just gave up on that capture point, too. Or no, he captured it. I'm going to walk back and try and recapture these points. Just try and undo everything they do. Yeah, not likely to actually get me any outsized benefit here. Yeah, all those are tied back to that one, so I'm about to lose all these towers. In fact, I should, yeah, tear that. If I tear that down, does it give it back to me? Or no, he already captured it. Holy crap, they capped that fast. Yeah, we're screwed. I don't think we have a way out of this one. I don't think we have a way out of this one. Because they are just not taking any hits from the tower. back here. Right, we recaptured that one, recaptured another one. I mean, if they were actually taking some hits from the towers, I would feel a little bit better about this strategy. But they are not taking any hits from the towers, unfortunately. And he's actually catching up with this unit back here.
Go with honor! Obey the orthodoxy!
Crap, that tore down both of those towers I was just making. I don't like how they assign the towers in this. Again, it seems like everything's stacked in favor of the attacker rather than the defender getting any type of benefit whatsoever. Alright, here comes Archaon. We're going to have to make a stand here, because that is a victory point capture back there. Recapturing these is nice, but won't stop the victory from happening as he comes back here. Turn around. Shoot his ugly face. Make some magic happen. Yeah, look at that. It barely even touches his barrier. His barrier must have a lot of hit points. So there was never really any chance of us defeating Archaon here, unfortunately. That Tzeentch sorcerer is coming around from the other direction, so yeah, we're going to lose the victory point. Alright, well, we tried. Tried in vain. This is why I was tempted to just auto-resolve that battle, and probably should have. But, you know, you never really know until you give it a shot. We gave it a shot. It was close. We gave him a pretty good run for it there. So we at least know that his army will be very hurt whenever Mother Ostankya shows up, which, if nothing else, will give us a relatively easy victory to handle. Way back in. Alright, so we are losing victory tickets. Yeah, that's what that is right there. I doubt we can even kill this sorcerer even with the extra troops around. I don't know, maybe. Got another unit going on By Our Blood. Okay, we got rid of the sorcerer. He's gonna come back from routing and he's gonna get his barrier back because I can't finish him. Kill him. Oh yeah, we got him. I can't stop the capture in time now, though, so the victory tickets are going down too fast. But, hey, we killed another character. There we go. Get to a couple questions here. Jacob says, how is it that the towers fire laser-guided missiles at the player but never hit the AI? That is factually accurate. 100%. Their towers hit stuff all the time, and yours do not. And it's because CA programs in all kinds of buffs for the AI to make up for their lack of, like, good ability to fight the player, for sure. Stephen says, my lord, your general's in danger. Yes, he is. Most people are in danger whenever Archaon shows up, and that was certainly the case here. But, I mean, we did extract a pretty hefty toll from Archaon there, did we not? I don't know if that's the kind of victory you go writing home about as the Dark Lord of all things chaos. So he did take over Kislev. That is a bit of a punch in the face. And then Festus, of course, decides to show his stinking self back up at our gold mine while I was away. Because, of course, Festus would never come fight one of our armies. He only comes after unguarded settlements. That's the way Festus rolls. Oh, look at these guys. Hey, we took your settlement. Can we have a peace treaty? Sure. When I come back and rip you to pieces, I will then sign the peace treaty. Lloyd, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Alright, here we go. So we can renovate the Bretonnian Quarter or renovate the Grand Market. I guess we'll do the Bretonnian Quarter. Not to be confused with quartering some Bretonnians. I'm gonna go take Kislev back first. There is a second army from Archaon that showed up there. I would imagine that Archaon might flee. Okay, let's start getting some revenge here. This will be Kislev the Revenge.
For Mother Kislev.
One land. It suits my purpose.
Alright, I'm gonna go get rid of these vampires over here. I love that. The vampires are like, we're gonna take your city, we're so tough. Run. Flee.
Ruler supreme.
I'm gonna go into an ambush stance here, see if we can catch some idiots. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna put this army into an ambush stance right here, let it replenish, but also see if we can lure in some suckers. And, you know, take care of business there. We have teleports to a magic forest, removes all corruption. Do I still have a very corrupted area? I don't think we do. No, not so much. Yeah, I don't know if we have a terribly corrupted area.
You are not even.
Alright, where do I have some recruitment? Like, anything decent for recruitment. None of these buildings provide any sort of recruitment whatsoever. That one will give me just a little bit. And get some bear sleds as well. Spiders, though, would be pretty helpful against chaos. Akshina and spiders actually would be a pretty decent combination against chaos. Yeah, they would. All that anti-armor. So let's do that instead. Let's see if I can get some army started here. Recruit a lord. Let's go ahead and put a boyar here. And Talabek land we have a little bit of influence with. Suppose it would hurt to spend said influence, would it? What else do we have? Reichland. Knights of the Blazing Sun sure are cool, but I don't know how good they're going to be against chaos. I think I'm almost better off to just grab some anti-infantry stuff here. Carrot Kadrin sucks, and we've already picked up 4 units, so let's see here. We finished the building for the bear sleds. I'm gonna go ahead and start improving to the next one. But in the meantime, I can recruit light bear sleds as it is. But there's no hurry. Let's just wait and get the better bear sleds. Let's get some more fragmenti. That was super handy at helping us against our Chaon, because otherwise we would have had no chance whatsoever.
Curses, hexes. Why need I?
Alright, there we go. Use all of that spirit essence that we've piled up here. And we've got... oh, the Ulrika mission. Eureka Ulrika. Where did I build that building? We had to build a tier 2 guardhouse or something? Thought I was building it over here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Frozen outpost, right? So we're 2 turns away from the frozen outpost.
My cauldron's iron belly.
Now, what are you all saying about the spices?
It
Mika Smith says the spice must flow. Where did I miss spices at? I don't remember where we missed the spices here. Let's see. I can't attack them till the next turn, unfortunately. Can go ahead and start ridding this of chaos corruption once I own it, which I don't for the moment. So let's go ahead and wait on that one. And assign skill points. Got our hag here. Shadows. Let's do some pendulum action. Warner's army. Alright. I like this kind of throaty Kislev music in the background. Some extra growth. There we go. I'm not going to repair... well, I might repair these damaged buildings, but I don't have the money for it. I'll repair that one, at least. Those 2 will give me some extra money. And then we'll see if that lures the vampires back. Warner says, send me and coach. Well, I mean, if by coach you mean bear sled, then I got you covered. Look at this. If it isn't some stinking, greedy, big gut ogres hauling their soup pot around behind them, and they just couldn't help themselves. Oh look, Air left a settlement unguarded. I have to follow my programming from CA. I can't possibly consider trying to defeat his armies. I have to only go after unguarded settlements. You know what? Sucks to be you. And some people might say, Air, fight this one. The auto-resolve's going to be pretty nice to me. Well, it says I'm going to lose a unit. I really don't want to lose a unit, and I could probably avoid losing a unit, so I guess we'll go ahead and fight this one. I'm not going to use my curses. But yeah, sorry, I couldn't help myself here. I had to troll the ogres a little because they deserve it here. It is somewhat easy to predict AI. And Senshi says, no soup for you, that's right. Zarina Katarin is the Seinfeld soup Nazi here. No soup for you, Scrag. No soup for you. Oh, this is gonna feel good, not gonna lie. Pretty excited. I gotta turn the fan on real quick. Okay, now let's see. What is going to be the best way to mow these ogres down? They have a couple of scrap launchers that I am extraordinarily unsatisfied to see. However, oh, they've got a couple of Stonehorn monsters too. Well, once again, the AI is going to be somewhat predictable. I could just deploy up here close to the exit point and just kind of like block off the retreat. And yes, they have the scrap launchers back there, but we can deal with those.
Sons of Kislev! Land is power!
Okay, we're gonna kind of really bait them into the trap here, hopefully. And Zarina Katarin needs to be back here. Got this single, more defensive unit here. I'll actually put that behind these guys for now. Okay. Let's get all of my missile units into a defensive stance. My first move is going to be to put these guys in position right there, and then back them up with Akshina.
I will not brook cowardice, hesitation, or failure. Fight until your last breath.
Okay.
Defenders of Kislev!
Alright, here comes old Scrag. I'm going to target him down with just about everything, and I'm going to drop an ice sheet on the rest of this so they have a little bit of a slow time catching up. And then now that these guys, once they commit, actually these guys are visible now, so open fire. Come out of there. I'm going to pop out of hiding here now. Alright, Scrag is going to go down in a real big hurry. I'm going to kill another Stonehorn real quick, and then as for these units hitting me right up the gut, pun intended, we'll get a little bit of Heart of Winter there to convince them that they need to die. And then let's pain there. Kill that Hunter. They are just plowing into me as hard as they can, trying to get like a quick breakthrough. And it's not working for them. They might escape with some of those cats, and then I'm kind of getting beat down over here, which is not ideal if my objective was to not lose units. But I do think we're about to see a complete chain route, which should stop me from actually losing any units. There's another Ogre Bull. 2 Stonehorns down. Oh, my Streltsy are kind of fighting to the death over here, which is not what I needed. I might actually lose some Streltsy, and I had hoped to not lose any units, and I kind of expected the AI to chain route, but the Gorgers are unbreakable. So that did not work out in my favor. My Streltsy are near unbreakable. That goes Stonehorn. Okay, and then let's get rid of this last scrap launcher over here. And then we just need to send some reinforcements over here to help with the Gorgers. Alright, Stonehorn's out of the question, and I'm going to try and get these last bit of Streltsy away from there so that I can keep these units into the next battle. Let's go ahead and Heart of Winter right here. One. Slow those units down, too. Throw a little bit of a magic there. Alright, so we're going to get away. Another Streltsy can kind of get away there. Scrap launcher out. Now we just got to get rid of the rest of these Gorgers because they are unbreakable. HeirofCarthage is helping to get rid of one, but we're taking a lot of damage. Put a little bit of a summon together there. And that'll be the end of that. So there goes the rest of the Gorgers. I don't think I ended up losing any units, though. I very nearly did. There we go. That'll work. That should be a clean enough victory to get the job done here. And then that takes Scragg's army down about 3 or 4 notches. He lost some key units there himself. He's going to be having to recuperate. And then we killed 3 Stonehorn beasts, which is a big deal because that's expensive. We killed off 2 Gorgers. So they're definitely going to be feeling the hurt after that one. Yep, we did not lose any units. That is good. I'm going to do this. Well, it's not going to give me much, but I guess I will do the replenishment.
To the mines, then.
I guess we don't replenish well off of Ogre Laborers, but it may be because their numbers are lower, because they have all the large entities rather than a high count of entities. So maybe why we don't get as much on that particular one. Let's see what happens here. Warner said, save my boys. I think I did. I saved your precious axe guns. I did my best there. Alright. So we suckered the ogres in, and they got beat down for their trouble, and we have now mostly replenished with this army. Oh, it was actually HeirofCarthage that caught the ogres. The vampires ran away, and the ogres came in and took the beating from HeirofCarthage, who needs another unit in her army. I just haven't had time to recruit one yet, or a good place to recruit one. I'm going to repair the rest of the damage at Castle Drakenhof. And then I'm going to crush this ogre camp. And the leftovers from that party, they keep trying to kill off one of my units, but it looks like we can get away with it here.
Now and forever.
Alright, so that gets rid of those 2 ogre stacks.
Defy chaos.
And then we can kind of get ourselves lined up on the next vampire settlement.
Follow the frosts.
Which would be Oakenhammer. So we'll go ahead and start replenishing allied recruitments. Talabek land. Oh, we can only do it when we're in camp stance, which I can do. I could throw... That cavalry actually would be pretty helpful here from the Reichland, because I only have this one kind of mobile unit. I don't really want to sit around for 2 turns, but it might be alright for Knights of the Blazing Sun, which honestly would probably be pretty good against the vampires, since they do have some weaknesses against fire. That might be inappropriate. Alright, Fort Oberstyre is now going to fall, so the ogres getting a little bit of a punch in the gut that they deserved. And we're going to reclaim the pieces of Sylvania, and I'll have to re-go and retake Neidling from the Stirland rebels. But it looks like the vampires definitely took a beating, but not before the Empire has mostly been beaten down. Very little remaining of the Empire. We have Festus to probably thank for that. I lost Wolfenburg now because Festus hit it, and then these guys, Talabek clan, came and stole it back out from underneath my nose. Hate that crap from the AI, but that's just what the AI does. Look at this. Archaon's about to die.
What
Does he have a whole nother stack lined up? Of course he does. Is he going to get reinforced from the settlement? Of course he will. Always perfect timing. Always perfect distance. Everything always lines up. Too bad I won't save you. Because it isn't going to. You're going to get your booty kicked here. Mother Ostankya's going to send you back to a stankier age. And ain't nothing you can do about it. In fact, this army sucks. Look at all those dogs. I mean, that is terrible. It's predicting low casualties, and that is an accurate prediction indeed. So let's get in here and give our Kaon a little bit of a beating. Say hi to a few folks here. Steven, do appreciate you being here tonight. Gutwolf, Warner, Jacob. It is really nice to have you all here. Really nice to have you here. Jacob got a really good soup joke in on that last ambush one that we got to share, by the way. He says, Air's battle plan really boils down to a classic ambush. Y'all get that one? That was nice. I like it. Very well done. Very well done. Dad jokes, always appreciated, as I always do. Let's see here. I'm gonna get the Voidinov's Brawlers kind of in between. Doesn't like to deploy these units the way that I want to deploy them. If I know the AI, and I don't perfectly, but I feel like I do pretty well, the AI is gonna want to wait on those reinforcements. If I had bear sleds, I would cause them a great deal of pain from the outset with the bear sleds, but even without the bear sleds, I'm pretty sure I can cause these guys a great deal of pain regardless. Spiders to kind of shore up my flanks. That. And then I have some Akshina. Now, one of my Akshina has a net, and I've got to remember to use that net. I always forget they have a net, and I can't remember if it's a single unit net or if it's an area of effect net, so let me double check that real quick. Range 100, duration, okay, affects enemies in range, max 1. Okay, so it is a single net. Put Big Bear over here, and then let's put Kevin up here too, because Kevin is a major force multiplier. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these units up. I'm going to use the ranged weapons of Mother Ostankya and the other hag, as well as their magic to do a little damage here. Let's get you some close views. These sleds look like fun, man. I need one of these in real life. Speaking of bears, while we're here, and I'm waiting on the battle to start, I found a suspicious pile of feces on my property. I have some rural property, and I'm confused right now. Like, it really looks like a pile of bear crap to me, and there are black bears potentially in the vicinity, although they're fairly rare. But I'm also not 100% sure it isn't raccoon, and I think both of the species eat berries and stuff, so I don't know for sure, but curious whether I now have potentially a black bear sharing some property with me, which I'm not super thrilled about the idea, though, that there's not anything I can do about it, of course, other than keep myself safe. But in any case, yeah. And Steven says that all comes down to the bare necessities. That's correct. They left some bare necessities on the ground over there for me. I didn't think it was necessary, but the bear left it. Alright, the AI is actually bum rushing me now because I came and harassed them with the magic. That is not terribly surprising. All those hounds are going to die, by the way, and that is perfectly fine with me, and as are these Marauder Horsemen. I dodged their axes here. Yeah, kind of dodged it just at the last second. I'm going to try and keep these single entity units up in front of my army. Yeah, the hounds are getting absolutely smashed by spider power out here. The spiders are quite potent. Hey, I don't appreciate that magic crap. Alright. A little bit of heals there. Little heals here. And then let's get the Heart of Winter Bear right into the middle of that. I'm gonna avoid those units for just a minute. Let's get right up into the thick of this, then drop that Heart of Winter, and then on top of the Heart of Winter, let's get an Overcast Flock of Doom, which will just shred that further. Now let's kind of countercharge these guys with everything we got, and then Kevin should be able to help get rid of them sooner as well. I got a little bit of a bombardment I can feed these guys too. Get after that Lord. Alright, let's... Did my hag get killed up in that fight? She either got killed or she's fleeing, and I'm thinking she got killed because I don't see her on here anymore. That is really irritating. It's possible Archaon was... Yeah, Archaon got up in there and got her. That actually makes sense. Piece of crap. I hate you, Archaon. I hope that character had immortality. If not, I'm going to be really pissed off because I've been building that character up for a long time, and in like one moment of me not paying attention, Archaon, of course, doing the typical AI thing, like I'm going to ignore all your other units and just go for your magic character, despite the fact that I'm not doing anything else in the battle of use. So another fantastic bit of AI programming by Creative Assembly there, which is no matter what everybody else is doing, ignore it and shoot the spellcaster. Let's let Archaon get a little introduction to Kevin, shall we? Yes, we shall. I think Kevin would very much like to be introduced to the Lord of the End Times here. Turn around and give him a good face scratching, Kevin.
Shadows gather. Ostankya command.
Anytime you're ready, Kevin. Like, just go ahead and take a chunk of him there. This dude is an absolute tank, and I don't know why Kevin won't slash his face like he normally does. But there we go. We've rid ourselves of Archaon's corpse for the moment. Let's see if we can pop some shots on him. Hit him. Give him a parting gift. There he goes. Alright, now I'm gonna run him down with some spiders because they'll poison him and finish him off. Okay, that's good. Take it easy. You're gonna kill me too. Alright, there we go. What? He can outrun all my spiders? That's convenient. He's got 99 speed. Well, you know what can't outrun all my spiders? All the rest of your troops. So let's give them a little bit of arachnophobia here. There we go. I'm kind of sending some spiders out after each of these fleeing infantry units, and I'll dish them some severe extra damage for their trouble. The spiders, again, have that spider's kiss. If I had Zarina Katerin, I probably could have slowed that. Warner, hope you get some sleep. Thanks for joining in, as always. It's never a stream without you. Gutwolf says, what do you think about a DLC with Hobgoblins, Nippon, Dogs of War? Yes, all of it, please. Anything that can be added to Total War Warhammer 3, I want it added to Total War Warhammer 3. If CA has any hope of trying to gather back the good faith of its community after all the mess that has come up, one way to do it would be by doing an absolutely excellent job with the DLC, and that would not be a bad idea at all, to basically add any and all things for a long period of time and keep the game running for a long time, and thus increase the value of the game to the people who purchased it. So to me, that would be a great way for them to rectify some of the mess. Now, whether or not it will happen is a different thing, because I think we could end up in a couple of different situations here, one of which is they just dump it like Three Kingdoms. And I hope that's not the case. Senshi, have a good night. Or no, I think he's just saying goodnight to Warner, maybe. My bad. But if you are going to bed, Senshi, then get some good Bat Prophet sleep, but if not, we're glad to keep you here with us. Alright, so... I don't think we have a date. Mantis is asking about the next DLC, which mentions being Nurgle-themed. I don't think we have a date. There may be a general time frame. If there is, I don't remember. We'd have to go back and look at the roadmap. But, I mean, again, with everything that's happened, I mean, who knows whether it'll happen even in the time frame that they think. Yeah, I'm irritated about that. Archaon just comes in. He can one-shot a lot of single-entity characters, like one or two-shot them if you're not paying attention, so that can get pretty rough. But yeah, I think that'd be one way for CA to buy back some of the goodwill of the community, which is to extend the support for Warhammer 3 for a long time, add meaningful improvements to it, both technically and content-wise. And when I say technically, I mean like improving AI, improving decision-making, adding features, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it sucks. We'll see what happens with that Hag Witch.
You are my
That
son.
irritates me a lot. I think she was a high enough level character because Mother Ostankya is such a high character. Yeah, she's just wounded. Okay, that was Mother Patchy too. That wasn't just any Hag Witch. That was my namesake, and I don't very much appreciate Archaon
Consume them in
going
shadow.
after my namesake without my permission.
We shall raid and watchtower here.
Alright, Kislev is back in our hands, and I had spent a long time building it up, and it is now all torn down again, so definitely appreciate Archaon's ugly face for coming in and undoing all of my work, and I will make sure that we take it out on him. Alright, and speaking of ugly faces, you would think since I'm playing Mother Ostankya that she would be the one with the ugly face, but Archaon has definitely taken over in that category. Air may have an ugly mug, and Mother Ostankya may have an ugly mug, but Archaon, I mean, it's hard to even classify his as a mug at all, which I think is why he covers it with that giant skull and horns. He really doesn't want you to see what's behind the mask. It's the kind of thing that makes people melt, turn to stone, and wish for death. So yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'll make sure and leave that there for Archaon to chew on. Jerk.
The power of a witch is in her charms.
Let's see here. Alright, well, at least we got some work done
Curdling milk.
against Archaon. Feels like kind of maybe just redoing some of what we did earlier, but nonetheless feels good to have gotten a little bit of payback for the crap he just pulled.
Fit for a lord.
Chef Boyardee needs units as
Only the
well.
most skilled may serve.
Looks like we just had bats and stuff, which are not particularly good units. I don't really want to slow down for a bunch of turns here either. But the only stuff we can recruit over one turn is kind of garbage anyway. I guess I'll just fill it in for the moment just to have units and we'll deal with it later. I'm not even sure if I'm going to stick around to recruit this one with Zarina Katerin either, but we'll see. We have some more tech that we can take a look at. Armor, some of the bigger units, chance of plague spreading. I mean, I do hate plagues a whole lot. I really like this one, because I love me some gunpowder. So I might go for breech loaders here.
The snows
Um,
never needed the invention of
Definitely
fire.
love me some gunpowder. You know, someone mentioned this on the interview I did with Great Book of Grudges. They were talking about Shogun 2 and why maybe it was successful whenever it was such a small setting. And it seems like we've never had a small setting Total War be that successful as Shogun 2 was. And they had mentioned that probably because it has like this trifecta of like cool melee units, cavalry, and missile units. So you had like gunpowder, bows, cool cavalry, cool infantry, and then the setting, I guess, you know, beyond the trifecta, quadfecta, whatever we want to take it to here. It was a cool setting too, because Sengoku Japan, you know, just a really interesting time militarily speaking. But I mean, I guess that is kind of true, you know, like for me at least, whenever I sit here and think about, you know, why do I like Warhammer so much? Well, because the battles are fun. Well, why are the battles fun? Because the battles have everything that you've ever had in a good Total War battle and more. And so I guess that is probably why Shogun 2 did well. What do you all think? Why do you think Shogun 2 was so successful, if you think it was successful? Let me know down in the comments, either live or afterwards. Be curious what you all think on that front. I felt like Shogun 2 was very successful, and deservedly so. It was not perfect. We haven't had a perfect Total War game, but it was good. It was a lot of fun. And to me, it seems like certainly one of the... When I say smaller scale, I mean like a smaller theater. It wasn't like a giant world-spanning type Total War game. So that's what I mean whenever I'm talking about like a smaller setting, in case anybody was wondering. And some ice guards would be nice, but I really want the ice guard with the glaives. I'm going to spend 4 turns recruiting. I think I want some heavy war sleds. Senshi says the art and music, and it did have some absolutely outstanding artwork and music.
Yes, dear.
Jeff Van Dyke, whatever his name was. I mean, it was excellent. It was very good, and the art style was right on point. I agree. So it's certainly probably contributing factors there as well. Troaches says Shogun 2 had the right balance, atmosphere, good design after the disaster that was Empire. Now that's true. Empire kind of had been a disaster, which was sad because, theoretically speaking, Empire should be a major hit. And I think for some people, despite kind of the disaster that it probably was a hit because it hit a very popular time period, a period that could fit Total War very well. But yeah, that may be true. Like people seeing something come out rather polished and clean and refined, and it felt like Shogun 2 was definitely, like if you played Empire Total War and you played Shogun 2, like that felt like a step into the next generation of Total War in a lot of ways. And maybe some people aren't feeling that with some of the newer games. Maybe they feel like we're not taking some of those same steps forward. I don't know. It's a good thought. Legamus says, I still love that Rome 1 music. So do I. Rome 1 has some incredibly classic music. There is no doubt about it. But Shogun 2... Its music was pretty spot on.
Rich with sweat and art, fast and love. The art is heavy, the weaponry dragging down your hand.
I stand for
Cold
Kislev.
stings.
Okay, let's go ahead and issue our commandment here and then end our turn. Post upgrade available. I guess I'll upgrade that for now. I think we had another commandment available, but we'll be alright. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Let's see, Niven says, I may never have played any of these games, but to me, the love of the developers isn't communicated through these games properly because of managers. Now, that certainly feels like it could at least be partially true, if not entirely true. Niven, I agree. So I have worked with a lot of people inside Creative Assembly over the years, been fortunate to, and many of them are very passionate about the games, and I think do a really good job of working hard for the sake of their company, and I've never gotten the impression from any of the folks that I've worked with inside of Creative Assembly that they don't care or are just trying to put out a minimum effort. Like, that has never been my impression from them, and so... understandably, with a lot of the anger out there over CA's PR mishandlings and decisions as a company and stuff like that,
Mistress of Ice.
there's so many people at their company that I really like, and they've done such a good job, and I think that's part of what makes it all the more frustrating for me, because I don't hold those particular people personally responsible for a lot of this mess, and I don't think that it's, you know, what many of them would have wanted should they have had any opportunity to do something about it, but we'll see. No one's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Let's see. Alright, so we get Ulrika.
Ulrika Magdava.
Ulrika Magdava. I'm not going to put her in Mother of Stank. Well, I could put her in Mother of Stanky's army, and then we could stick the Patchy Hag over in this army. Let's do that. So let's put Ulrika in with Mother of Ostankya, because we know that she'll get some good action there. But we're going to have to level her up. That should be interesting. I can reach this settlement all when this turn end. I'm going to. It's actually giving me a pretty good chance on the auto-resolve here, too. Man, I wish spiders could climb walls, because that would be so cool here. That would be perfect here, in fact. I do probably need some towers. Let's go ahead and continue the siege. I don't think I'm going to take attrition. But another thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this campaign movement range debuff here. Excellent.
Lord of all.
Okay, so I'm trying to get some new units with Zarina Katerin. We retook Nightling here. So the vampires continue to shrink in terms of their influence, which is great. It looks like Altdorf resettled Ubershriek too. I would love to see Altdorf somehow survive all this mess, though I'm not convinced they will. That would be pretty cool for them to do so.
Bow before me. Lord of the province.
Alright, so we finished this building where we can get the Ice Guard, but I still can't get the... I really want the Glaive Ice Guards, ideally, but I will go ahead and take the dual weapon variants for now. I think that will work. So let us do this. I think the way we'll do Warner's Army is this. I'll put the Akshina out in front of the Ice Guard. I might let the Akshina take a little bit of a charge initially, and then have my Ice Guard charge forward through the Akshina, which would prevent them from taking the brunt of a charge, and since the Ice Guard are then better in melee, they could use that to their advantage. We will see how that works. So let's disband these units, and let's go ahead and start training in some Ice Guards. Would like to have 5 of them, but I don't have enough room in the army at the moment, so I think I'm going to cut down on bears. But I'm only going to cut down on a couple at a time here, because we don't want to give Malekith the chance to just come and run us over. Yeah, so we'll balance this out as we get going here. Another Fragmenti, Agony Secession. Looks like we get another Agony Secession, a Typhlosis.
The storm closes in. Your hand is, but beyond that, white.
Okay.
Around them, thrice.
Now let's take care of our skill points with Chef Boyardee. He's got most all of what he needs here. Put that up here in a rally.
Baron of
And
the
Senshi Bat, the hag here. So Senshi and I both have our own dedicated hags here. That's good. I feel like a hag a lot of times, but I can't speak for Senshi.
Kislev's chosen.
Alright, I don't think that's probably the
No
building I want
higher
here at the moment. Griffinwood. Get better growth. Yeah, we'll spend some money on Griffinwood. I think that'll be worth it. Commandment available at Northern Sylvania. End our turn here. Legamus says, I feel a Total War game is more successful on a smaller scale. Having many factions and trying to give them all unique ability bonus ends up being a balanced nightmare. It can certainly be tough, as we've seen in Warhammer. But then again, like, I look at the huge scale of Warhammer, this game's pretty successful.
What do you want?
But I don't disagree in the sense that, I mean, Shogun 2 is there as the evidence that the smaller scale ones can be successful. And Napoleon is probably a pretty decent example of one on a smaller scale being successful. There wasn't a huge variety in Napoleon, but it was very well received. So yeah, Archer Nut, thanks for joining in. Have a good evening. Now who's... Oh, the Archaon's forces are going to sally out against us. I'm more than happy to end their miserable lives, so let's do that. I will be right back, folks. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and get ready to crush these guys. I'm gonna do a similar formation to what I've been doing. Voidnov's Brawlers in the middle, surrounded by my decent infantry, backed up by Akshina. I forgot to use that net again, even though I keep trying to remind myself to do so. I think the appropriate place for Ulrika would be right back here with these Akshina. I think eventually she helps buff nearby units. I could be wrong. Look at that, she gets an increased spell mastery with each kill made by the unit. Now that's pretty cool. Blood Shard. So the more kills she gets better spell mastery. Interesting. I might actually stick Ulrika right up front here then, because she's got a pretty wide influence range there. Alright. The infantry. Let's back up our kind of squishy missiles with some pretty decent units there. Put Kevin and our bear here to help guard those. Alright, there we got a little bit of strength. Spiders on the flank as per usual. Spiders hold the flanks very well, effective against many different types of cavalry. Yep, alright, the AI, not surprising here, went to get together with its reinforcements. That makes sense. I do like giving the AI a hard time, and they deserve it, but this is a correct decision for them. Not often that they make those correct decisions. Let's see here. That is quite a few reinforcements coming on. So I'm not particularly worried. I don't think I am. Holy crap, that's a lot of reinforcements. Are they gonna sit back there and camp? They are. I want to move up to this rock, actually. That'll help hold my flank. They're not camping. They are moving forward. Getting some fireball action there from Archaon. Probably headed towards Kevin. Dodge some of those spells. Okay, let me pause it because there's a lot going on here. We got charges on the way in. Chaos Knights with lances. Let's actually double team them, charge that. And let's see here. Yeah, definitely have plenty going on. I'm going to actually set up... Oh, actually we're okay. Let's just keep moving. Fall back just a little bit with these units here. Alright. Man, look at those spiders just chew into units there. I mean, literally too, since that's the mode of attack they'll use here. Let's slow it down. I'm gonna make sure to get some bear breath going on here. Some bad bear breath. Then I'll use Kevin to kind of get ready to stand up the enemy. Hold them in place. Actually, I need to do that right up front here, and then we'll do that. Alright, I'm gonna send my infantry units out to try and fix some of these. I'm actually going to hold the brawlers back behind the line and let them do a little bit of shooting. Let's send some help over here. And send some help right up the middle there. Just swing this unit back around over here. These spiders have got a big handful out here. Might actually head over and help them a little further. Alright, Ulrika is into some combat, but she should do okay. Ooh, yeah, we are getting just eaten alive with overwhelming reinforcements at the moment. Let's go ahead and maybe... Can I net that unit? No, it's too far away. Crap. That would have been the unit I wanted to net. We're gonna get smacked over here. I actually need to save this Akshina ambusher. I'm going to fall back just a little bit with these missile units, and then I'm going to free the Sakshina from that fight. Our spiders are going to get crunched pretty hard over here. They're up against some long odds at the moment, and we're going to have to really lean on their capabilities to bail them out of that. Swing back in here with those spiders. Sorry I've got it on slow motion right now. There's just a lot going on, and I want to make sure that I get a chance to control my units properly. Oh, we still got hit over here. That's frustrating. But I am going to get the rest of these units free. Our spiders somehow are amazingly staying in the fight over here. Yeah, all of them are still in the fight. That is some incredible performance on the part of the spiders. Need to start ripping through some of this infantry over here. I'm going to take the brawlers and see if I can target down that Beast of Nurgle because it's rather large. Don't like being caught up with that unit. But my spiders are kind of slowly getting rid of everything over on this flank, so I'm going to be able to swing back that way. Bit of an assist there. I've got some spiders that are getting pretty thrashed that need to be pulled back here a little. I use them to chase some units off instead. Yep, we crushed the Beast of Nurgle. These spider units chase the Knights with Lances back into the Akshina ambushers, because of course leave it to the AI to just completely ignore a threat right in their face. We're losing Daz's Hearthblades. Let's fall back with that unit. Whereas these other units are finding a pretty good deal of success despite being completely overwhelmed in numbers. I'm actually going to turn my attention to Bilious Thundergruff over there. Might turn this unit over here too. Okay, let's hit play because things are just going too slow. Even for me. There we go.
Ancestors of Kislev, to me!
Debuff all this stuff. Get out of there. Kevin is just crushing up front, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. And then my spiders, I mean, just worked miracles. Look at that. They cleaned up like that whole flank. They did get some help from my things in the woods, which, again, spectacular work. Ulrika has held firm right up here in the middle, which, again, fairly amazing considering the odds that she was up against. We have some tough units here. Alright, we got rid of the giant. That ended up being a bit more of a battle than I thought it would be. Some of their units are going to get away and escape back into the settlement, which I'm not exactly thrilled about. Alright, let's see here. Sorry, I was doing some sneezing. I think I have really bad allergies going on right now. I took an extra antihistamine before the stream, but apparently it's not quite a full match for everything that's going on. Anyway, it could have been better in terms of what we accomplished, but it could have been a lot worse too. We didn't lose any units. Our spiders did an absolutely incredible job out on the flanks. I mean, if you look at the gold value here, I mean, that is just extremely nice gold value. All these well over 1,000. Honestly, the things in the woods got into some expensive infantry and cavalry and did really well also. And Daz's Hearthblades was up, like, they were outnumbered probably like 4 or 5 to 1. Still managed to get 76 kills and rack up over 1,000 in value. Brawlers picked up some kills. And of course, Ulrika getting her battle debut. We didn't get to see her a whole lot there. Look at that bear. Boy, the bear got some work done. It's not going to be much, but I'm going to replenish because they had so many units there. Sure, it just says late fall allergies suck. I've never really noticed them before, but maybe that's what I've always had whenever I think that maybe it was you know, for instance, I think, oh, maybe I had a little cold or something because they can feel similar, but it's definitely got me wondering whether it was just allergies. Because today I had taken, like, I take an allergy pill every day to help out, and I took it, and it was fine through most of the morning, and I noticed it just getting progressively worse as the day wore on, and I got further away from the medicine, so I took another one this evening, and it definitely got better for a while. So it probably is, at this point, probably just really bad allergies for me at the moment. Which is good. I'd really rather not be sick. I don't get sick terribly often, but as with any of us, when we get sick, it sucks, and no one really wants to deal with it, so...
suppose these would be
let's see.
Do
I'm
not
gonna retake
disappoint
Prague.
Ostankya, troops.
Any chaos, corruption here? There is not. So Prague has been revenged. This army's kind of stuck for the time being, so we retook our major settlements. Now I have to rebuild the major settlements, which I am extraordinarily unhappy about. And I intend to take that out on chaos. And we have another army coming along nicely that will help us to do
I
so.
deserve a larger retinue.
You do deserve a larger retinue, I agree. And you will have one. Just give me time. It's going to take some time.
No higher authority.
We can get spiders now too, and Akshina ambushers are available to us as well. Things in the woods. Okay, there we go. This should be good spend over here. Now this army can start doing some local recruitment to get some missiles. So I want at least 4 Akshina. And then I'm going to get like 4 spiders, and we should start to be having a pretty good, effective army there. Let's see here. I am going to take this one comment real quick because it could be a good discussion for those who are watching afterward. Kingy King says, Air, enjoyed watching your interview with Great Book of Grudges. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you. Great Book of Grudges, another YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out, he has been doing interviews with all of the different creators in the Total War community. He was kind enough to have me on for a big, long discussion. He's a very passionate guy when it comes to the things he likes, which Warhammer is high amongst them. And I've often watched his videos to learn a little bit more about Warhammer lore because he likes it so much. It's something that I would never make videos on, and so I find it fascinating to get a point of view from someone who was a Warhammer fan first, and Total War kind of like it got added to whenever Warhammer became a part of Total War also. And mine is the exact opposite. I was a Total War fan who knew nothing about Warhammer, and I didn't even really want Total War to go to Warhammer when I first heard about it, but then once I played it, I was like, no, this actually works really good. And so I became a big fan. And after that, you know, it just kind of all came together for me, and I ended up liking Warhammer as well. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, you can go watch it. It's on his channel. The Great Book of Grudges is a really fun discussion. We talked about a lot of things, so it should be a good time. Not all of it was only the angry at CA stuff, although we did cover that because that's obviously the big topic of conversation at the moment. But yeah, definitely should go check it out if you would be interested in such a thing. Obviously, I can't make you or yell at you to go do anything, and nor would I.
Like a summer blaze.
Or would I? Is that what I want you to think? Alright, we can get tons of curses here.
They have tasted paradise.
We did discuss in detail what some of the folks are discussing here live in my chat, and I might bring this one topic up, which is kind of how we would like to see games supported, and you know, Nathan and I from the Great Book of Grudges seem to kind of agree on this, which is that we're okay with the idea of, well, this is kind of bad. Not like it's showing up a little bit early here. We don't have our army finished, but I do have a pretty solid garrison. I have 7 heavy infantry and some archers that would get added to what we had here. It would certainly be good for that ice guard to finish. But in any case, yeah, so we talked about that in the interview of kind of the support. And I think a lot of people are seeing companies right now focus on like cranking out an absolute crap load of content, like trying to make releases every year with their games, and then trying to follow that up multiple times a year with DLC. And, you know, there's upsides to that as a player, right? You get a lot of content feasibly, right? I'm arguing the upside of it. This is not actually what I support, but I'm going to put a couple of things out there to argue the upside of it, which is feasibly you get a lot of content. You're seeing a new Total War game every year. You're seeing DLCs every year, so that could be a good thing to the player. However, unfortunately, a lot of what we're seeing is prices going up really fast. Understandable for prices to go up in today's environment, but going up a whole lot with not a whole lot of content to make the price feel like it was worth it. Then you had the PR missteps, you know, the statement they released about the price, banning people on the forums, all that kind of stuff. None of that helped anything.
With this, I guard
And I think you're seeing these companies push for the numbers, basically, which, again, totally makes sense. I work in the corporate world. We have to make money to stay alive and have jobs. So I definitely understand that angle that companies can choose to take. However, I would juxtapose that with this. Another company who's been in gaming for a very long time and has certainly had some missteps of their own, but has also seen a tremendous amount of money and success, would be Nintendo. And Nintendo, and I don't say this as if Nintendo's perfect, because they're not, and they do some things that drive me absolutely batty, but from a game design standpoint, I'll give you an example. I love Metroid, and I love The Legend of Zelda. Those are games that I played when I was a very young lad, and I still, you know, play them, and they make new ones every now and then. But I have to wait, like, so I think it had been like 6 years since the main Zelda game, roughly, and we got Breath of the Wild, and it totally reworked the Zelda franchise, which they didn't have to do. Like, Nintendo didn't have to sit down and find a way to breathe new life into Zelda. People would have been perfectly happy to just keep getting new Zelda games that were just, you know, iterations on the already successful formula. No one would have been upset about that. But Nintendo takes a huge amount of time in development to develop a new formula, and it ends up just being an absolute banger. Pretty much wins Game of the Year, and then it takes them another 6 years to work on Tears of the Kingdom, and it's also an absolute banger and just fantastic. And we get that too. And so I'm looking at both of these, and it just gets to the point where it's honestly what I want to see CA and other companies do. Stop this whole content pipeline. Like, we don't have to have a release every year. It's okay to make a game so good that I will play it for like 6 years. And, you know, like, I did play Breath of the Wild for all 6 years while I was waiting on Tears of the Kingdom. It was that good. Metroid Dread, it was a sequel to, I think, like Metroid Fusion. It took them forever to make that game. And they made it, and it's absolutely fantastic. It is a masterpiece of a Metroid game. And I would love to see Creative Assembly take up that same mindset. It's okay for us to not release a game but once every 5 or 6 years. And we are going to make that game amazing, and we are going to support that game for at least 5 or 6 years. Because I understand that 5 or 6 years of development is very expensive. I get it. I'm not asking them to make it for free. But, again, I think that would be the right path for them to go down, which is don't try to release stuff too often, and make sure your releases are well-polished works of art. And that would gain the trust of the customer, and for someone who buys the game, since you still need to make money and you're not doing releases every year, obviously you would need to make DLC for it throughout all those years to help make up some of the difference. And if your game is that good and that complete because you spent 5 or 6 years working on it, and then you release DLC for 5 or 6 years, which feasibly would be making it better but also helping you make money, I feel like that could still be a path where CA makes good profit, but also maybe pisses people off a little less and doesn't have to step on their own toes when it comes to, oh geez, we have so much stuff coming, so where do we cut corners in order to meet our schedule and our guidelines, right? Because I think that's what happens ultimately, is they end up having to split their resources and, you know, just make whatever choices they have to make in order to kind of meet the release schedule.
An old woman.
And that's not really the position you want to be in. You kind of want to be in that position of the game's going to release when it's, you know, good and ready, versus it's going to release right now because we have to, or else we're not going to meet the expected fourth quarter profit that we wanted. You know, like, I don't want that to be the driving decision maker for a lot of people. But anyway, I thought that would be kind of a fun discussion real quick, just to kind of share my thoughts on that. I'd be curious what you all think. You don't have to agree, and some people probably won't agree, because I think some people like a yearly release schedule with stuff, and it's possible that they might be able to make that kind of model work. But to me, at the moment at least, it just doesn't feel like it's working. It feels like it's causing more problems than it is good. So anyway, just my thoughts on that.
Stand for Keysland.
Which, that's me hopefully giving CA some constructive feedback, because there is certainly plenty of angry talk, and there's no need to keep beating the dead horse with the angry talk, which is why hopefully I'm offering something
My rule is
constructive
absolute.
in terms of, here's something I look at and that I like, and that I would be okay with. Like, if CA came out and all of a sudden says, hey, we're only making a game like once every 5 years, like, the selfish part of me would be a little bit sad, in the sense that it's like, oh, dang, man, I love having new stuff all the time. But then part of me would just be thrilled that, hey, that's going to be awesome. Can you imagine how cool it's going to be to have a Total War game that has baked in the oven for like 5 years? I mean, that would be incredible to get something that refined. So I think it would be really nice, at least. Again, you don't have to agree, but it's certainly something that I think would be really neat. I'm going to actually get a couple of little Groms here for Warner, because I think Warner would appreciate some extra gunpowder. And then also, with this army, I'm going to finish it off with a couple of spiders, just to kind of give me a little bit of mobility to help add to those sleds. But anyway, I will get to a few of your comments on this from the live chat. And then, of course, if you want to comment anything on that afterwards, please do. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, because if you get enough input, sometimes it can help, I think, drive discourse in a good direction, which would be nice.
Of the motherland.
All right, I want the skirmisher traditions. I don't care about horse masters. I also want this one. I don't think I need battle engineers. Let's do this hard to hit. There we go. And we got our hag here. Let's see. Keep an eye on time too. I've still got a little more time though. Got wood warden, which is a nice one to have, and then one with nature probably won't hurt either. Building upgrades at Ostermark. Don't believe Ostermark is currently under threat, so it'd probably be fairly safe to build a few things here. And what else do we got? Do we have... Alright, Erengrad is busy at the moment. A little bit risky to build up here, but we are actually potentially going to be invaded by the Chaos Dwarves soon enough. However, we do have a quest battle that we can fight, and I would like to do that with Mother Ostankya. But I'm going to end this turn first, and then maybe we'll go fight that quest battle. Let's do building upgrades. It's expensive upgrades, probably good upgrades. Let's do those. And then Warner is definitely... This is going to be a much tougher army to go up against Malekith. It'll have some nice range to get after his own artillery or cavalry and stuff like that. Then tons of super damaging missiles. Would be a little squishy down the middle for sure, but it will do incredible damage to anything at range. So a little bit of a trade-off army, but it should be a fun one nonetheless. It's not the building I want in the moot. Alright, let's end that turn. I'm going to get to a few of these comments. Howitzer says, I love that Grudges is like super passionate about Warhammer, but also isn't one of those people that thinks everything's perfect. He totally accepts its flaws. Yes, I also like that. And I saw him actually get frustrated with some people, because there's a lot of people mad at Games Workshop because their stuff is expensive and because they make missteps and stuff like that too. And when that happens for some people, just like it does in Total War, they go off and say, well, I hate it, and everybody else should hate it, and everybody else should quit, and if you talk about it, you're a shill and a loser. And they get very upset. Understandably upset, because they're also mad, because they feel like something they like isn't going the way they want it. And again, understandable, but I agree with him in the sense that the way I approach things, there's occasions where something might make me mad enough. How did he get... Oh, we were at Prague. I was like, how did he get to Kislev? I gotta rebuild Kislev again? I swear. Everything is going to die. Bleakhold Fortress is being attacked by 2 stacks. Silostra shows back up. That's, again, very convenient because I hadn't noticed and wasn't ready to fight this. Okay, well, let's think about how we want to handle this. Alright, those are just the hand cannons. The deck gunners have a little bit of range. They also have a mortar. Most of their infantry is absolute dog trash. And we do have a ton of hexes. I can fragmenty their good infantry, which will pretty much cut it down to size. I can fragmenty their gunners and their artillery, which will pretty much ruin that. And then we could do some... I had a lot of Agony Secession here. Let's take a look for any more... I don't see any more elite infantry. That's a huge worry to me. Got a lot of Agony Secession. I got 3 here, 5 here. Got Typhlosis, which is going to be pretty good against large units as a debuff. In fact, that one might be good against Silostra, especially if she's on her crab. Let's hit her with some Typhlosis. I'm going to put an Agony Secession down here on their mortar. Definitely want to get rid of those. Typhlosis on these units. Let's kind of ruin some of their bombers and guns with these. We're just going to be picking their better units and trying to dish some damage out to them with the Agony Secession. And then we have this Typhlosis, which is going to weaken missile strength. That'll go good on that handgun right there. It also slows these units down considerably. Done on some of those animated hulks. I mean, we're going to give these guys a considerable debuff. Is this a caster? Large aquatic. It is a caster unit. I still think I'm gonna hit it with the Typhlosis there. It's weakness to fire damage. I don't know if I have a lot of fire damage, but okay, I have debuffed them a lot. Let's see here. Missile strength plus 15. That'll go good on these units. Armor plus 20. Leadership plus 8. That could be good on these 2 units here, just getting extra armor on the things in the woods, because they don't have a ton of armor to begin with. And those are going to be potentially critical units for me. And we'll put that on our commanding unit here. No guarantee we're gonna win this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Give it a shot. Howitzer says a bunch of former and current CA devs have come forward and confirmed this recently that the marketing is too powerful, which is awful because the devs are the ones gonna have to pay the price. Yeah, marketing is a big deal for companies, and even in my own company, I've wondered why we spend as much money as we do on high-priced marketing employees, because I rarely, if ever, see a good return out of their work. And then how do you even prove the value of that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you go prove, like, oh, our sales increased because of this marketing? I don't know that you can prove that. And so marketing to me has always been one of those, like, institutionally accepted scams. And I get it, too. There is a place for marketing, and it does sometimes have a big deal. Like, so you look at Apple, for instance. Apple is a prolific marketer, and they're good at marketing. They convince people that their stuff is the best, and they get everybody to buy their stuff relentlessly and, you know, never ending. Like, people just stick with Apple. Oh crap, this is a settlement defense. I thought it was a wall defense. This is not good. Not good at all. At least I don't think it's good. Yeah, because this just means I can't shoot very good from where we're at, so this, in my opinion, this is bad. It also means that I'm bunched up and easier for mortars to hit and stuff. I hate these settlement battles. These are crap. They need to redesign these. Let's see. Stupid guns are gonna rip me up from back there too. I might just hide behind these buildings for a minute. Yeah, I'm actually gonna hide behind those buildings. If we can draw these guys in. I don't know where their mortars are at. Oh, yeah, I do. They're way over here because I have a whole third front I'm supposed to defend against. I hate these battles. I would have just auto-resolved this, actually, but I don't want to auto-resolve it because I don't need these guys to get a foothold here, so I really do want to win this, but kind of considering how I go about it, I could just play the delay game with all these troops over here. Have 1,000, so I could, like, build some barricades here. I could just slow the enemy down with a few barricades. Yeah, we could just try and slow them down. And maybe focus some of these other units. And then that'll also give our hexes and stuff time to work. And then I think that puts me further away from their mortars. Yeah, their mortars are not real good in terms of being in position for range at the moment. Okay, let's give this a shot, at least for the moment. It's gonna be a little bit ugly, but we'll do our best. We're probably losing this, but we'll do the best we can. Like I said, Fragmenti should take hold, and a lot of these units are gonna get hit by it, and we want to delay our contact with them for as long as possible, and let that do its work. See here, I'm trying to take angles too that are gonna minimize those deck gunners. You can see though some of these units being just absolutely deprived of their hit points because of my hexes, which is great. That is absolutely what we want. Now this is absolutely not what we want, which is a mortar firing at me. In fact, I think I'm gonna take these Kossovite dervishes and kind of head off this direction. In fact, I'm gonna pull back from this flank because they're not pushing me at the moment. Let's get away from that mortar and not let it get the damage that it wants right now. That Siren is also getting eaten up. We don't have magic damage. That sucks. Yeah, we do not have magic damage. Okay, that depth guard with polearms is getting train wrecked there, which is great. Those guys are going to start crumbling here shortly and be rendered worthless. Okay, that Kossovite dervish is swinging on out. I should be able to get around and hit that mortar in the back. They're kind of like torn. It looks like they're waiting on some of the reinforcements too. They do have a considerable number of reinforcements coming, but again, see how the time is benefit for me here, because these units, many of them are taking more damage with time because of the curses that I put on them. That zombie pirate gunnery mob. Now we will have wiped out that flank. They do have those reinforcements headed in. Okay, that howitzer, or sorry, the mortar is crumbling. Let's go ahead and bring this dervish back on in. Okay, what's the AI up to over here? They might make a capture or two, but they are paying a hefty toll. They might go for this point back here too. Which is fine. Okay, we've cleaned up this flank. And it looks like the rest of these enemies may come down this flank too, so I'm going to kind of set up a kill box here too. I can kind of continue to be annoying with these barricades. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna place barricades. Like I said, just try and be a nuisance. Try and slow them down. Do what damage we can do. Now, as you can see, the other units in here are already taking damage as well because of the hexes that I've put on them. It's good news for us, bad news for them. And the longer they stay out there, again, the better for me, because some of those are timed, and they go off every now and then. Fragmenti, I think, is kind of permanent. But let's see. I need to look at something real quick. There's a comment here I want to read, so give me just a second. Lucas says, do you ever do multiplayer campaigns with the viewers? I have not done one on a stream, but yes, I do intend to do some streams where I'm going to have people joining me, and we'll do it. We did Rome 2 battles recently, as far as having viewers join in. And I used to do Warhammer multiplayer streams, and I might do more Warhammer multiplayer streams in the near future. So yes, I do occasionally do that. I have not done it particularly recently, but yes, I'm certainly considering it, and would love any other ideas that you all want to put forward. Okay, these guys, I don't know what these guys are up to. Do not know what they are up to. Something relatively pointless, it seems. Alright, what can we keep an eye on back here? Okay, those bats came up and are wanting to shoot me. That makes sense. I'm gonna let my horse archers kind of fend them off. We have a polearm here trying to knock down our barricade, which is fine. I don't know why it didn't just come over here for the capture, but again, give the AI something stupid to focus on, and perhaps they'll focus on it. I got those sirens coming our way over here. If I give the sirens a quick hard hit with these units, we can probably collapse their leadership. And what else do we got going on? Alright, so the AI is kind of just going for it over here. I'll layer this a little so that when they come through, yep, there comes the pistol shots. Let's pull some of these units over here too. We've got a lot to work against here, but we also have the AI being incredibly stupid, which gives us a chance. I don't know if it's a great chance, but it's a chance.
Taking position.
Right, we gotta try and stop these animated hulks. Alright, we crushed the sirens. There is a zombie pirate gunnery mob out here. I'm gonna just go crush it real quick. And there's another one coming back up here that we can crush. Some fell bats came up and got squished here too, so this is good news for me. As they swing these units in, they got some deck droppers headed my way, which is not great for me, but not the end of the world. So again, the more of the units we kill over there, the better. We gotta swing this balance of power. If we can swing the balance of power, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. They're gonna bomb us. Go get them, go get them, go get them. Ooh, we don't want that. Don't want that. That did way too much damage. You all start shooting them in the back, and then Cosite dervishes. Let's go ahead and charge that. Otherwise, though, we are gonna clean this up. They do have another gunnery mob bomber back here. I need to go clean up. You all come up here, kill that. Managed to get into the back of that. Alright, what's going on over here? So we've got deck droppers aplenty, and we just got hit with some magic there. I don't really want my general to die yet, so I may go ahead and fall back a little bit with him. And line up some Cassars to do a little bit of fallback action here. Let's take these two units to start to fall back. I hate this. Can't freaking maneuver anywhere around here. Alright, that Silostra... Yeah, Silostra's on the way. She does have her giant crab, which is definitely bad news for me. Let's get these units and go see if we can crush this mess over here. If we can crush that, then I can help reinforce. What do we get? Oh man, we're getting hit by spells over here. That really hurt me.
Land is power.
Let's see if we can line up some kind of layered defenses here. And I'm going to use... Oh, she summoned her knights, her paladins. Crap, that's not what we want. We need those units to crumble. I'm going to kind of block them, body block them with those horsemen. Sorry, I gotta slow it down for a minute because we got a lot going on here and I've got some critical needs. AI continues to take good damage out there. I mean, we have done fairly tremendous damage so far, but fairly tremendous damage isn't going to be enough. Like, we got to do catastrophic damage to our enemies here. What I'm trying to set up here is a bit of a kill box. The risky thing is that my commander unit is the only one that can hold over here. But now I've got like a pretty good kill box set up with multiple layers, and what I'm thinking we can do is just heavily focus Silostra. She's going to have a lot of armor, but she is a huge target. We need those damned Knights of the Realm. Always makes me sound like I cursed finally, and I know there's people on my channel who are like, I caught him! Air did it! He cursed! No, not today. Not this time. Alright, we're going to focus fire Silostra. The more damage we put into her, the more it's going to help the power bar. And we have units free. We don't have units to throw away, per se, but we do have units free. Oh, I see a mortar crew coming up over here, which would be a spectacular target for units, but unfortunately they have a gunnery mob. That might be worth suiciding on, though. Oh, no, crap, they got a zombie pirate mob right there. Gotta be careful. Can't get ahead of ourselves. But, I mean, that mortar could cause me some tremendous issues. Start running out that way. Silostra is taking little, if any, damage at the hands of my archers, so that is very bad news indeed. And in fact, their units are busting right through my commander. By Our Blood is the only thing even holding him together, so I probably just lost by putting too many units up here to help hold Silostra. Let's get my Things in the Woods and my kitty and come give Silostra as much trouble as we can, and let's fall back with these archer units and hopefully live to fight another day. Don't want to give up too much here because we might have a chance to win if I can come in and hold Silostra for long enough. Alright, there goes the Knights of the Realm that had been summoned. We're very likely to take a terror route with Silostra plowing into us here. And she is killing my archers before they get a chance to expend their missiles, which is worst case scenario for me all the way. Got to just pour damage into Silostra and hope for the best. Really no other way that this is going to happen. That gunnery mob is a real problem for me at the moment, but I also really can't stop to pay them any attention, as I have larger crabs to take care of here. She's got another summon there. Crap, I didn't know she could summon them twice. I guess that makes sense, though, that she probably upgraded that. That sucks bad for me, because I was already in a really tough position, and her being able to summon those units twice is probably going to be the death of me. Our cat will be pretty good against Silostra. Things in the Woods at least get armor piercing, but with all those ethereal units around, that has me extremely concerned. I'm going to use this cavalry, see if I can, you know, kind of just garner some attention for the moment. That would be better than nothing. Got one thing in the wood that is kind of way behind. I might use it to go attack that gunnery mob real quick. We are not going to get the damage done to Silostra because she's got body blockers all over the place, including a polearm wielding lord to help protect her. So unfortunately, this is probably a bridge too far. Like, I just don't think we have a way to deal with all the hit points and the armor on Silostra. Let's go ahead and hit play. I did what I could here. I probably could have built some towers or something, but I mean, as we've seen, the towers have not been that amazing. Yeah, there's the terror route. That's inevitable too. Alright, we're screwed. I forgot. I mean, those summons. Again, we did a pretty good fight, all things considered. We also had to deal with these awful small settlement battles, which are awful, as I just mentioned. They are not well designed, they're not particularly fun, and they don't really give the defender that advantage that you would love to see a defender get. But we caused Silostra some terrible damage. However, unfortunately, I think it's probably only going to be enough to keep her busy for like one turn, just because of the way the AI is. So I'm not sure that we'll even really get to benefit much. We're going to have another army down here to help deal with her, ultimately. Well, let's keep fighting for a minute. We're still causing damage. Quite a lot of damage, actually, at the moment. Hold on now. I don't think it's going to be enough to pull it off. She just routed stuff over here. Let's get another unit up in the way. These spear units can now maybe try to some damage in. Still have that stupid mortar back there. I lost my Kossovite dervishes. Is their mortar gone? Or did I just not see it at the moment? Maybe that I can't see it. If I can keep from like giving the AI access to line of sight here, my things in the woods could kill an awful lot of these incoming infantry. I still don't know that this is a winnable fight for us by any means, but I'm just gonna start dumping all my missiles into Silostra. That cat did pretty good in the end. Alright, buy her blood. Oh, come on, I need to buy her blood here. I don't know if it only works once. Spend that ammo. Are you all really having a hard time targeting Silostra? It's not like she's hard to see or something. I can't get trapped over here. I gotta get these things in the woods out of the way. I don't want to get my back up against the wall and then get shot to death. Silostra is just going to absolutely overpower us here, unfortunately.
Slay them!
That polearm commander there is really hurting me too. Let's see what we can do about Silostra. We still got another polearm unit back there too, which is very not good for me. Got units that kind of just keep coming back. And they have done a good job of whittling away at our enemy here, but our archers just lack the armor-piercing capability necessary to get the job done. But if we can kill Silostra, that could be a difference maker. And I do have a whole lot of points here. I could build a tower or two. It would be good to recapture, like, if I can send a unit back here to recap that. I don't know if they'll be able to keep from just routing over and over again. The AI is kind of doing their take all the capture points business right now, which is very AI. They're like just completely ignoring me, in fact, and just walking to the capture points. So let's scoot up and retake this one. This may give me the chance to pour some extra damage into Silostra. I don't... Oh, here she comes. Here she comes.
Attack, comrades!
Yeah, I can recapture that maybe for the moment. Alright, alright, alright. Come on.
Defenders of Kislev.
Things in the woods. Stay back, stay back, stay back. Shoot her! She's still got 2,000 freaking hit points. Oh, look at her just pulling through my units. Bunch of BS. Pulling through my units and just getting a bunch of cheap kills. Alright, well, this is the final stand here, folks. Yeah, there's nothing out here for our dervishes to attack. Well, again, valiant effort. Not quite enough fuel in the tank here to finish the job. But, a valiant effort indeed. Silostra's hurting. She's hurting bad. My two archers really need to get free of that fight. One of them just routed. Crap. Alright, we got some guys back. Go recapture this. Go recapture that. Head over here and recapture tower. Actually, that tower is going to be pointless because it's just never going to get a good position on the enemy. Can we kill Silostra? Can we finish her?
Obey the orthodoxy.
Taking point!
Oh, she's so close to dead.
Land is power.
She's crumbling. I almost wonder if I can tower cheese my way through the rest of this, if I can kill off their leaders. They still have this polearm guy. I hope to goodness he's not healing. Alright, there we go. Alright, we did kill Silostra. That's not a small prize. Save your ammo. We need that.
It serves Kislev. March with
And we
pride.
are going to make the recapture over here. I don't know that that gets me any towers or not. We shall see. Please do some damage here. They are blasting my tower down. Hey, we got a good shot in there. My tower is being hit, which is going to take up some of their projectiles as well. Man, smack them. Hit them. Get them again. Get some shots in there. Come on. Freaking crap, fire. Okay, that was not the best shot I've ever seen. We've got another tower available over here. Now let's run back this way and recap this again. What we will do is we will just try to do some avoidance measures. We cannot let our guys get hit by these bombers. I think I can squeeze into them here and get them killed.
Cossars.
Let's recapture that point. That will help. And I've got these archers back. These archers too.
On the mark.
We've got another tower slot over here that we can build up soon. I don't know if we can cheese our way out of this or not, but I am certainly going to attempt it. Killed all those bombers. My armored Cassars here shouldn't be losing anything to this deckhand mob, in my opinion, because of all the armor, but we are, nonetheless. Come on, get out of there. We don't want to fight that polearm guy. I mean, my guys have a bonus versus infantry, which would certainly be good against him, but he's also got a polearm. See if we can crush some of this mob, turn the tide a little bit.
Follow the bear.
Run that unit over there so we can do some captures. Start shooting this guy, please. Okay, come out of that fight. I'm gonna try and pull my things in the woods out of that fight. This unit could be good at recapturing points as well, so let's be patient here. Let's actually avoid that because they're heading that way. If we can put a little more damage into their leader, I about half wonder if we could pull this off, because dang it, my unit's stuck over here. It won't get out of combat and it's dying. Come on. I need this unit desperately. Don't rout. Don't rout, please. Don't rout. Don't rout. Okay, stabilized. I need to put some arrows into their leader here. I kind of think I might run some of these guys over here. I don't know though, we gotta do the damage to their leader. I'm trying to put some arrows into him, but I'm struggling to get the hits. If we KO him, he's got 1,000 hit points. My things in the wood are at 1229, and he's also got all those zombies kind of keeping him safe, but half wonder if we can, like,
Wolf tough Kislevites.
can I, like, throw all in here and overwhelm him, maybe? Because he is so low on hit points, and then if we kill Petey Wakefield, can I then tower cheese them to death? Alright, gods of total war, smile upon me. come on. Come on. He's still got 700 hit points. Stupid turd. He's getting body blocked by his zombies. Which sucks, because his leadership was in the tank a second ago. But now he's getting body blocked. We can't get a hit on him with my things in the woods, because he's surrounded by zombies. I thought we had it there for a second. The tide was kind of turning. Wish I had a tower already operational. I don't know if I can last for a minute. Oh, we've hit him hard now. He's hurting. He's hurting. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my soul to see. That actually might turn the battle back in their favor. Come on. Finish him off. Nope. My unit's routed before they could finish the job. What a sack of crap. 347 hit points, and he survived it because he kept getting knocked back amongst his units there.
Defenders of Kislev! March for Kislev!
Just need a tower.
Land is power!
Gotta have a tower. I gotta run away from these guys over here. Man, that is so frustrating. If my thing's in the woods, it's stuck with it there. Also, if he didn't have that big deckhand mob body blocking him. Oh, I forgot about my horses. Crap. He is wavering, like he is on the edge here. I just can't get him. He's gonna just barely survive it. He's crumbling. If I can keep my horse unit in this, because he's crumbling, I might be able to tower cheese my way out of this. Yeah, he's gone. All right, we might be able to tower cheese this, because their leadership is in the tank. I've still got a couple of units left here and there helping to capture things. I just cannot let my units get shot by their guys. My things in the woods could come back from routing. Come on, tower. Get the job done. We are slowly capturing these other points too, which is certainly not going to do anything bad to us. They got a polearm crumbling now over here. Come on, shoot that thing. It's point blank. I don't have a whole lot of defense points. Okay, well good. That one's going to crumble out. I'll take anything I can get at this point. All right, now they're shooting my tower, which is going to take ammunition up out of their hands too. And then whatever kills I get, I'll take. And then we can just recapture that while they're not around. They're chasing me with a bomber here. I can't get caught by that bomber. So I'm gonna have to just stay well ahead of the bomber there. Alright, so they're gonna take another capture point there, but I've still got this one over here with the tower up. This tower may actually stop this capture if it can get a couple more hits on these zombies, because they are crumbling. Let's fast forward. Let's see what we can get here. I've got to avoid combat with these bombers. Do it. Crumble them out. Crumble them out. Okay, those are crumbled. We just got another capture, and I have 1,500 supplies now. So I'll be able to put another tower up there shortly. So that's one more tower to cheese. And we still got the other tower back there cheesing away. We could cheese this tower here, too. Ooh, they're shooting me. That sucks. They're going to kill that tower, probably. We'll take some damage in the process, but we got this one over here now that I can build. They're going to run out of ammo eventually. what do we got going on here? All right, this unit can come back in here and make a capture too. They're definitely going to take a little bit of damage, and they're spending their ammo too, which ammunition's critical for them at this point. And we don't need a whole lot more probably to swing that power bar. Yep, it's happening, folks. I smell a comeback. There it is. There it is. Get off my lawn, Silostra. Get off my lawn. Stay off my lawn. Don't bring your crap back to Kislev anytime soon. There we go. How about that for a epic comeback? I did not think we were going to win that, and we pulled that one back. That was actually really good stuff there. Saved by the tower cheese, finally. I feel like those battles should be a whole lot more lopsided, in the sense that we should have like traps and choke points and murder holes and all kinds of stuff that CA just decides not to give us in siege battles, because why give you all of the fun things from siege battles when they can just give you tight streets that don't end up very well. So, alright. Military alliance is fine with me. There we go. That was important. That will buy us some time that we very much need. I am going to be out of time. Speaking of time, I'm going to have to hop off of here momentarily. I'm not joining any wars right now. Get over it. Woo! Boy. We do need to fight a final battle, which I don't have time for, so we'll have to finish this one up next time. I honestly might just stream it again and finish this one. Vlad wants a peace treaty. I'm not going to give it to him. So there we go. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we're only 1 or 2 battles away from actually getting an overall victory that was our objective at the beginning of this, so that was pretty nice, like not coughing up any territory, because that would have been money and everything we lost there too. Where did they come in? They came to the Forest of Arnheim. I'm gonna improve the Forest of Arnheim and make sure that if they ever come back there, that they'll find a fortress in their way. Alright, so Silostra has been pushed back with heavy losses, thanks to all of our witch hexes. Let's redo those. We can't get enough Agony Secession, and Fragmenti, those are absolutely clutch in those battles. There we go. Alright, Warner's getting reset. Well, I think that's pretty solid turnout there. Start pushing back against the ogres now too. So we not only retook things we lost, we've expanded some even. In taking the fight, we're gonna have to get rid of this Karag Dromor. I didn't see that there. I wonder if we can you all get over here and finish that off, please? I mean, I pretty much bailed you out, so it seems like kind of the least you could do at the moment. Alright, let's build this stuff. Continue siege. Alright, so we have got the enemy on the run, which is precisely where I want them. We do need to still catch Throt here, who's running around from his idiotic settlement. I've still got some Chaos losers here, so they're going to kind of continue to harass us here, which is par for the course, but we will deal with them soon enough. I've got another army on the way, so they won't be able to continue avoiding me very easily. So I think the AI is about to learn a harsh lesson. So I will see you all on the next episode, and we'll probably finish it then. HeirofCarthage.